Yo, so I've been gone for quite a while. I know in my last video I said that I was going to be uploading way more frequently, but things kind of happened and it was just crazy. So if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, I went into surgery, but I'll get more into specifics on what type of surgery I had and all. But I just wanted to shout out to everyone who reached out to me, sending me nice words and encouragement. I also want to give a special thanks to my homeboy Nano and also the Ramster, because they both visited me and they just saw me laid out on the bed. But you know, shout out to you guys. But yeah, it's been quite a while. The last video I uploaded was a month ago, I believe, and I'm just coming out of nowhere. But hopefully if everything goes well, I plan on continuing to record and upload and edit videos, because I was having a lot of fun and I kind of missed it for a while. But yeah, I'll get into more specifics in that. But for now, for those of you who didn't know, I went into surgery, and more specifically, I had to remove my gallbladder. For those who don't know what a gallbladder is, it is a little organ that's under your liver or somewhere around there, and it's basically there to filter fat or oily stuff in foods, I guess. And for some people, which I was some people, little stones form when you eat fatty foods and they store there for a while, and that could cause really bad pain, which was what I was having. It just felt terrible. I just wouldn't be able to move, and I had to lay down and just try to fight through the pain or just hold out for as long as I could until it went away. I think I was having these pains for maybe 2 years now, but I just recently, a few months ago, got surgery for them, which is pretty good. I feel a lot better now. I don't have any more pains and I'm able to eat more regular stuff. But yeah, so it's been a long process. So the first pain that I had was 2 years ago, as I said, and then I continued having pains until I went into the ER a year later maybe, and they told me that I had gallstones. That was when I was first introduced to what it was and what I had, which were gallstones. Later on, they told me to just get a good diet and they will eventually go away. However, the pain still remained. So I went back into urgent care, and that's when they told me that they might schedule me for surgery. From there, I had a meeting with the surgeon, and he told me that he'd be down to perform surgery on me. And that was the plan, or at least that's how it was supposed to go. Until the week that I was supposed to have surgery, they scheduled me to go get a COVID test or to check up for a physical. And I did both of those things. However, the day before my surgery, they actually called me and said that they had lost my COVID testing, and I had to go earlier in the morning of the day of the surgery in order for them to do a rapid test and to let me know if I'm safe for surgery. So we went in the morning of that day, and I went to go do everything that they told me to. And an hour later is when you get your results, and that's when they actually told me that I had COVID, which was weird because I didn't even feel any symptoms. But I guess that's how it is if you're young or whatever. But we just went home. I stayed in my room, just social distancing from everyone, obviously, making sure I wasn't trying to infect anything, and I just stayed locked in my room for that whole week. After that, the doctor called me and actually told me if I was still down for surgery. However, he still had to find a schedule for me, so they didn't let me know. But throughout this whole time period, I had actually been watching what I was eating and keeping a steady diet, so that way I wouldn't have any pains throughout that, and I can just wait till after surgery to start eating well. However, 3 weeks after they canceled my surgery, I actually started to get the pain again, and it was way worse. It was to the point where I was just sweating, and I was just laying there trying to endure it basically. And it happened the first day of the 3 weeks after, and it went away, but it was really bad and it took forever. But I still decided to stay silent about it, because I was you know what, I've had these pains and they've gone away, so maybe I can just chill for a little bit. However, the day after that, while I was doing some college assignments, I actually got the pain once again, and it wasn't going away, and I still stayed laid down hoping it would go away. However, that was not the case, and I just told my parents that I should go to the ER because this time they're actually not going away. So we went, and I stayed in the ER for about 8 hours. I went around 8, and they didn't actually check up on me or take me in until around 3 or 4, I believe. And they did another ultrasound, they did lab tests, and they did a bunch of whole other stuff. And they let me know once again that I had gallstones. And the doctor that was there last time in the ER actually was the same one, and she recommended that I actually get surgery that day. So I told her yes, of course, because obviously I didn't want the pain anymore. And The first surgeon that they met up with me actually said that I shouldn't get surgery, or that she was kind of wary of whether or not I should get surgery. But then after, another surgeon, which was the same doctor that checked up on me, told me that she was pushing for me to get surgery because she knew that I had came in before and I really wanted to just not have these pains anymore. So she talked to the main surgeon, and they finally took me in. They're like, you know what, we're gonna do the surgery today if you're down with that. And I was like, of course, that's what I want. So I stayed in the little hallway of the ER until they finally told me that I was all set, and they took me into another room so I can change into a gown. Right in there, they basically told me to sign in paperwork, or to just sign some paperwork, and I did that, and they put me on like a little gurney, I guess, or a little bed that they roll, and they rolled me into an elevator taking me to one of the top floors where they perform surgery. But before that, they actually took me into another room and they told me to change into another gown, which I don't know why they did that, but I guess whatever. And there I had a nurse that was giving me some pills, asking me questions of what was my pain tolerance, and those are the pills that he gave me depending on what I answered. Many of the doctors were just like telling me if I was all right, if I was still like feeling pretty good, and I told them yes. But to be honest, I was kind of tired, and honestly a bunch of people were asking me if I was scared of surgery, and I was just telling them no. And it was the truth, because one, I had never experienced surgery, so how can I be scared of something that I had never experienced? And two, I just have a lot of faith in doctors, especially with the surgery of gallbladders. They usually never go bad. It's a pretty safe surgery, and even if they mess up, they can easily repair or fix whatever they did. They told me that I was set, and they rolled me into the room where they had a machine where I guess where the anesthesia was actually at. They put a mask on me, and usually people told me in the anesthesia room that they tell me to count. However, it wasn't the case for me. They just basically put it on, and I think they assumed that I was already asleep since I was already having my eyes closed, because I was really tired. Like, I had gotten no sleep the whole night that I was at the ER, and then they were just like doing all this stuff, and it happened really quickly, so I was basically already asleep. They put the mask on me, and then after that I basically wake up in another room where I see a nurse, and she's just fixing things up, I guess, on my little monitor, and she tells me, oh, you finally woken up. I was still groggy, I guess, or whatever, because I asked her when I was actually going to be getting surgery, and then she just told me, oh, you're done, like you already were operated on. I looked down, and I could feel the pain that I was having, since they made 4 incisions. 3 of them were pretty small, and then the 4th one was kind of big where they take out the gallbladder, but it wasn't too crazy. After I woke up, I just went to the restroom, and then after I just lay down for a bit, but they basically only kept me in there for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then after they just send me home, like, which was pretty fast. But I guess, you know, I guess since it's not that serious, obviously it's no need for me to stay in the hospital. So for the 2 weeks that I had gotten surgery, and in the absence of when I said I was going to be making YouTube videos, I was just laying down. I could hardly basically walk, or it wasn't that I couldn't walk, but it was kind of painful just kind of moving around, and I was trying to just relax as much as I could throughout that time period. You know, I was grateful for everyone who sent me like heartwarming texts. You guys are amazing. And as I said, Nano and Rapster, they came over and they visited me, and even though they weren't supposed to be making me laugh because it really hurt, they were still making me laugh, and it was just very painful, but I was still thankful. And if anything, it just made me feel better because it was awesome. Shout out to my family. Obviously, they were there for me, and they were just helping me out with whatever I needed. I basically wanted to make this update video just to explain like why I was so gone. To be honest, it was probably only needed like maybe 3 weeks, especially with recovering after surgery, and then after I actually had to make up all the assignments that I had been gone for. Even though my professors had kind of paused my assignments, I still needed to make them after I was done recovering. However, I'm all caught up now, thankfully, and now I'm able to make videos or whatever, but I still wanted to take some time off. Honestly, I just wanted to relax for a bit until I can do anything. But honestly, I kind of missed making videos, and I just wanted to make this video for anyone who maybe might be going into surgery, just to let you guys know that honestly it wasn't too crazy, especially if it's gallbladder. If it's any other surgery after that, I can't really help you with that. But I would just suggest that it would be fine. You should be fine. Nothing really ever happens during surgeries. Surgeons are professionals. They're pretty good about what they do. But yeah, hopefully everything goes well after this. And I'm going to continue making videos now. I've been in the lab with friends, and by that I mean I actually have been recording some sessions and I'm ready to edit them. I just wanted to do this real quickly before I even get to that. Also, I'm going to be on vacation from the 18th to the 30th, so I might be editing, but I might not. So if I don't do any videos, I apologize in advance. However, I'm going to try my best to do that. But yeah, I'm just excited to be back, honestly. I have a lot of ideas, especially now I have way more games thanks to the homie Foot, which you guys might not know, but he'll be in the next video. I'll introduce everything. I'll make an introduction to our plans actually, because we kind of have a big update. Well, not a big update, but it's a big update to us. But yeah, hopefully you're having a great night, great day, whatever time you're watching this, and I'm excited to be back.